First, just in, there will be no BISD school board election this November. Good evening and welcome to 12 News HD. I'm Kevin Steele. Jackie's off tonight. Thank you very much for being with us on this Friday night. Jefferson County Attorney Tom Rugg has informed County Clerk Carolyn Guidry that holding a BISD school board election this November would violate state law. The board voted last night to hold a joint election with Jefferson County at the same time as the November 5th constitutional amendment election. But Rugg says state law only allows school district elections on the same date as state and county office elections in even-numbered years. Rugg told 12 News HD it would take a court order to make an election possible. BISD attorney Melody Chappelle tonight told 12 News the district is preparing just in case a court rules in favor of a November board election. In other district news, the most glaring criticism of BISD in the Legislative Budget Board report was directed at the school board. In its audit released yesterday, state investigators described trustees as dysfunctional and accused the board of creating a divisive atmosphere of distrust. 12 News HD anchor Angel San Juan joins us with more of the audit's findings and reaction to them. Angel?
Kevin, the Legislative Budget Board is basically a watchdog of taxpayer dollars, making sure that money appropriated by the state legislature is being spent the right way. Just a day after its audit of BISD became public, the LBB briefed Southeast Texas lawmaker Joe Desautel about the findings. And tonight, in an exclusive interview, he shares his reaction. State Representative Joe Desautel says it did not have to take an audit to reveal the dysfunction of the Beaumont ISD school board.
He looked into, you're probably going to get reprimanded later.
He says anyone keeping up with the news is quite aware of the board's bad behavior. But he says the Legislative Budget Board audit does offer a solution.
Someone that all the parties can agree to, that doesn't have a dog in this fight, that's not from this area, that doesn't have one side or the other that they favor, who has experience in conflict resolution.
Desautel was briefed by LBB representatives Friday morning, and he says they told him they had expected to find financial fraud based on the complaints they had received.
I asked them point blank, was there any evidence of any fraud or misappropriations? They said absolutely not.
But the LBB did find messy money management, including unreconciled bank accounts, thousands of dollars in missing inventory, like $94,000 worth of foam cups and $500,000 worth of missing batteries. Plus, people were not prohibited entry to vaults that hold BISD cash. The LBB also pointed to the district's excessive legal expenses and overtime costs.
Some departments were still using paper receipts and paper records, while some were using technology to a greater degree, and you couldn't really track those, you couldn't really mesh those.
But Desautel says he's happy that the LBB audit shows BISD is performing well when it comes to its primary duty of educating children.
Delivering a stronger student.
And while the TEA investigation is not complete, Desautel does not expect a state takeover of the district.
I've seen no evidence of this, particularly from this LBB audit. I mean, education function is strong, they said. They were very pleased with the graduation and the curriculum and things in that area.
And Kevin, the TEA's Director of Special Investigations, Emmy Johnson, did make an unannounced visit to last night's BISD board meeting. A future visit by TEA is expected sometime after school starts, but an official date has yet to be set.
All right, Angel, thanks very much. Southeast Texas State Senator Tommy Williams, who is a member of the Legislative Budget Board, is waiting to read the entire 311-page report before commenting on it. He plans to be in Beaumont on Tuesday. Alex.